crazy. All right. So, Joe Fleming, owner of what is now Drive Tech Iowa Incorporated, told Webster City officials that he hopes to employ as many as 150 people in 2011 and convert more than 3,000 Chinese-made sport utility vehicles for sale in the Caribbean by a distributor called Island Green Motors. All right. The announcement made public last week came as a surprise to the team that has been working for roughly 3 years to market electric motor cars. The family of 3 Romanian-built vehicles will be fitted with new American-made electric drivetrains for sale around the country. But Fleming's recent agreement with Chinese and Caribbean officials cast doubt over Envision's future in Webster City. He did not return calls Friday. And this is coming from, let's see. With him signing a contract with another company, I'd say it's unlikely that electric motor vehicle cars get assembled in Webster City, said Gene Gavis, a Des Moines car dealer in charge of building and managing a nationwide sales network for the new vehicles. Gavis said the loss of the Webster City factory won't affect the current Envision production schedule. The company is now waiting for paperwork to sign a new deal with a factory in a different state. Wow. We'll have to, I guess, watch that play out as some more in either the Register or the Business Record, or, talk to the involved parties themselves. But it's a kind of strange issue going on out there. This is another article. This is coming from the New York Times. It's the Friday, January 28th New York Times. And let's see, there's 2 parts to this. On the first page, let's see if I can, oh yeah, there we go. You get the first page on the camera. All right. There we go. Japan blocks the young, stifling the economy. And we did have a pretty good discussion on the Capital Crossroads survey last week. And so I did want to go ahead and see how that might also reflect what's happening in Japan and maybe what we can learn from what's happening there and perhaps avoid some of those same mistakes. Like so many young Japanese, this is a person called Kenichi Hori. He was a so-called irregular worker kept on a temporary staff contract with little of the job security and half the salary of the regular employees, most of them workers in their late 40s or older. After more than a decade of trying to gain regular status, Mr. Hori finally quit, not just the temporary jobs, but Japan altogether. He moved to Taiwan 2 years ago to study Chinese. Japanese companies are wasting their young generations to protect older workers. And this is according to Hori, who is 36 years old. In Japan, they close the doors on me. In Taiwan, they tell me I have a perfect resume. This has contributed to the weak growth and mounting pension obligations, major reasons that Standard & Poor's downgraded Japan's sovereign debt rating. And I'm going to now find the interior of that article. Here we go. As an aging population is clogging the nation's economy with the vested interest of older generations, young people and social experts warn, making the already hierarchical society even more rigid and conservative. The result is that Japan is holding back and marginalizing its youth at a time when it actually needs them to help create the new products, companies, and industries that a mature economy requires to grow. And this is, again, according to the Capital Crossroads survey, where we did learn that a lot of the younger people who attend the universities or come here to the Des Moines area to work, quite a large number of them cited the lack of public transportation and lack of public rail or passenger rail as challenges for the Des Moines area. Back to the article, some of the consequences have been long foreseen, like deflation. As more Japanese retire and live off their savings, they spend less, further depressing Japan's anemic levels of domestic consumption. but a less anticipated outcome has been the appearance of generational inequalities. As Mr. Hurry discovered, there are many corporations that hire all too many young people for low-paying, dead-end jobs, in effect forcing them to shoulder the cost of preserving cushier jobs for older employees. And so that's the downside of refusing to innovate, refusing to incorporate ideas, refusing to move forward, refusing to let go of the past and to charge ahead in terms of sustainability, in terms of job growth, in terms of economic development. You do stifle your people, and when you stifle people, you stifle ideas, and when you stifle ideas, you stop growing. And that's definitely not something that we do want to see with the city of Des Moines. I think it's very good that we have a leadership here who are willing to look to other cities, look to other places, gather new thoughts and ideas, and then apply them to the city of Des Moines. Lots going on here within the city, lots going on in Iowa, lots of things and ways and procedures and processes for people to get involved in and to contribute both to their own personal quality of life, but even more importantly, to the quality of life of the entire community. We don't want to be cut off and kind of self-contained. It's impossible. And I think that there are just a great and vast number of ways that everyone can feel that they're involved and that they have a great deal of importance to the city of Des Moines, to the state of Iowa, to the country of the United States, etc. Thank you so much for joining me for this very intriguing episode of Blue.Green.Fusion. Just do the right thing, and I hope to see you again next week. Happy Saturday.